So I'm out here at the range today and I have the NDZ Performance, and they agreed to send me, this is the NDZ MCMP. It is a external screw-on comp in the world where we have ported barrels. We have, like in the case of the Canic TTI, where it is externally compensated, but it's not on a screw-in or a screw-in type. It's not on a threaded barrel, so you can't remove it. You don't really have the option of taking it off. You have to shoot it with it on there. It's nice to have one you can take on and off. And so I talked to NDZ about this a little bit. They agreed to send me this one. Again, I'm going to read it and take it off of here a little bit, but it is the NDZ Helix 2-stage micro comp, 1/2 by 28 9mm 22 long rifle and 357. So it's pretty versatile in that way. It doesn't just have to be a Glock. It's just the only one that I have a threaded barrel for that does not already have a comp or something like that on it. So I decided to use my Glock 19X as the test for today. They also sent a spring kit. That's the NDZ G4, G19, T like Tom, P like Paul. It is a very, very nice tuning kit, spring kit. Has your metal guide rod there and all these various different springs. Although he did tell me that the spring that is in the Glock 19X optic ready, since it does already have a threaded barrel, would probably be okay. So what I want to do first is I want to shoot the gun without the comp on there, because with some of the comps you see today, people's probably like, how much of a difference is that really going to make? I just got finished shooting a Smith & Wesson Performance Center with a ported barrel and everything. Those types of things in a lot of cases make a huge difference. Will this make much of a difference? So that's what we want to find out today. Also, I will put a link up to these two items here if you're interested in them. Also, I will put it at the end of the video as well. But NDZ is an awesome company. They have more than just this stuff. They have rear slide plates as well for your guns. They'll custom engrave them with your name, whatever you like. Just a great, great company. I know I've said that in the past, but either way, let's shoot this thing, screw the comp on. We'll show that process and how that works, and we'll see how it performs. So I have loaded up, it looks like 12 rounds. I feel like that'll be enough to determine, you know, just kind of get a feel for the recoil on this. It's pretty low recoiling anyway. It's a small gun. I mean, it is a full size gun, 9mm. So it's already a little low recoiling as is. So I just want to see if it makes a difference in the recoil. Your contrast is the woods here. I don't have my little sign with the orange spray paint on it to see if it eliminates muzzle rise. I'll be the judge of that. So let's see if we can just put a few rounds. Already a fantastic shooting gun. So let's get over on the tailgate again, screw the comp on there, and let's see what kind of difference it makes. Okay, so I'm hoping that, because I'm going to do a full tabletop, how to assemble this spring kit and all that kind of stuff. So I'm hoping that since this is a suppressor ready firearm, that the spring that is in this particular one, because I plan on trying to use this on several different guns, although this particular guide rod or spring tuning set is only for Glock, so I'm not going to be able to use the tuning kit for anything other than Glock. But this 1/2 by 28 basically will screw on to any threaded barrel, and if the spring in that gun will suffice, then great, you have your comp for pretty much any gun, not just your Glock. Either way, relatively simple. This is a safe firearm, and you just simply screw off your thread protector on your firearm. This one did not come from the factory with an O-ring, so it can and does sometimes want to walk off on you a little bit. The thing that I like the most about this is that once that thing gets almost seated, it does have a little, I don't know if that's I'm assuming that that's an O-ring. Maybe it almost feels like a crush washer once it gets down towards the end. I don't know if this will pick up on camera, but I don't know if you can hear that, almost like a grit. It really locks into place. And although you do have these places on here where you can take your adjustable or the like, and you can really crank down on it, I genuinely do not feel like that's necessary, because I assure you that what I did right there, I done this on the table the other day, and I like to never got that sucker back off with just my bare hand. So it is on there, I believe that. So I don't want to over tighten it. I really want to see how tight it still is after I shoot, so I can let you guys know, hey, do you need to tighten it up more with a tool or something like that, or would simply as hand tight as you can get it be sufficient? I believe it will be, but we're going to shoot it, going to find out, see what the performance is like with the NDZ comp 1/2 by 28 for any 1/2 by 28 threaded barrel. And again, I will get this on the table and show you guys how to assemble and use this spring kit. Sure, that's a simple thing as well for any Glock that you have that may have a threaded barrel and maybe the spring is not sufficient to run comp. Either way, let's get over on the range. All right, I hope I'm kind of sort of in the same spot that I was in last time. Gonna try to shoot the same pace and everything like that. But if it shoots that much better, I might just start shooting really, really fast. So got one in the pipe. Let's see how she does. You know what? I would have never, ever believed prior to shooting this. It did not move. So my projection was correct. I'm gonna load up some more because I did have a little bit too much fun on that one. So I do want to kind of slow it down, so maybe you can see in camera the difference it makes. But the shootability, I would have never believed it would have made that much of a difference. So let's load up another magazine. Okay, so I kind of was not fair on that. Sometimes I get carried away. If I really, really enjoy shooting a gun, I just get carried away shooting, and that's what I did. So I don't think you guys really got to see the difference that it made. So what I'm going to do, I only have one magazine for this firearm today. I don't know what happened. I'm going to blame it on my wife. I think this is a 20 round mag, could be 21. I just didn't count, 17 plus something. So either way, I'm going to take the comp off, and I wanted to do that on camera. I might make a fool of myself, but I'm gonna take the comp off and without breaking camera, put it back on there, shoot half of these or thereabouts without the comp, and then shoot the other half with the comp on there. So if I embarrass myself, oh, good Lord. So that thing is definitely on there, but you can definitely get it off with your hand. I mean, I think if you put it on there, you should be able to get it off, but I can tell you it didn't budge. Now, I hadn't put 200 rounds through it, but it did not move. It's there to stay if you wanted to leave it on there, I can assure you of that. So I'm gonna lay it over here on the step of the Jeep there, and I'm gonna shoot it without the comp. Try not to get carried away and count these off. Slow it down a little bit. So I got 9, so I'll have 10. So I'm gonna put the comp on there. I'm not gonna break the camera, as mentioned. I'll be right with you. So I'm gonna do 10. I might have shot a little too many. Screw the comp back on there. Again, I wanted to do it without breaking the camera. Maybe that'll help you a little bit more with a more realistic comparison, trying to do that as fast as I can. And as mentioned, that thing is really, really tight. So either way, so let's see. I'm telling you already. The difference it made is insane. I know my wife doesn't like to be on camera. I mean, could you see the difference at all? Like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I hadn't watched the camera back, but just feeling like staying on target. I was well able to stay on target, way more so than without the comp on there. And the most shocking thing to me is it's definitely not moving, it's not hot. The most shocking thing to me is I've never had a screw-on external comp that made that much of a difference. Again, I know my wife's not going to shoot it. She's already been fussing at me about being on camera today. But I really, when you enjoy something, you know something works, you know something made a difference. You almost want someone else to experience it. So, but either way, take my word for it. Makes a huge, huge difference. How much was the thing? How much?
When I looked, it was 29. It had options, but $29.99.
For just the comp?
Yeah, if I looked at it right.
Okay, and that's on NDZ's website. Okay, I mean, definitely worth that. 30 bucks, absolutely worth 30 bucks. And again, I did not change the spring in this gun. This is the factory spring that came in the Glock 19X optic ready, or MOS. And so and it hasn't even hinted at not locking back on the empty mag or not fully going back into battery or anything like that. I didn't realize that thing was that inexpensive, but if it's only 30 bucks, I might, even though they sent me this one, I might buy a couple for some other guns, because it makes a huge difference. Makes very little difference at all in the length of your gun. So something that allows you to stay on target that well, that small, adds that little of length to your gun and weight all day. I can highly recommend this. Again, this is not an extensive review. They just sent it to me, so I kind of wanted to get a little something up about it. But I can tell you already, without coming to the range a single time, $29 make that huge of a difference. Totally recommend this product. Go over, scoop one up, hit the link in the right hand corner of the screen, take you right over to their website. 29 bucks. Absolutely. Go out, pick one of these up. Thanks for watching. Go over, check me out on Patreon. Consider monthly support. Rumble as well. Also, G Squared Tactical. I don't have my hat on today. My wife reminded me, you keep pointing at your hat, but you have a Vortex hat on today. But G Squared Tactical, pick up some hats, shirts, got gear over there. We need to get rid of some of the stuff. We bought a bunch of stuff in hopes that people would buy it. No one's bought anything yet. And definitely for $29, can't beat this purchase. Go out, pick one of these up. NDZ, put a link up right now to the product. Go over, scoop one up. Thanks so much for watching. And as always, to God be the glory.